The Houthi militia informed all UN and international organizations that American and British officials must leave the country within 1 month. The Houthis called on their members to be ready to leave before the end of the period and called on the organizations not to bring in any citizens with dual nationalities with these countries to work in Sana'a. This report has more.
The United Nations performs amazing work in the field as demonstrated in Yemen. This is what the US and British humanitarian workers have been given as a month to leave Yemen, according to a statement made by the Houthi militia. This follows concerted US and British operations against the Houthis in an attempt to halt their nearly daily attacks on commercial ships in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden over the last week, endangering global trade. The relief workers, who spoke on condition of anonymity due to fears for their personal safety, were informed by the militias earlier this week when they handed their directive to the UN. In response to a question concerning the action, the United Humanitarian Office spokeswoman stated that they had a letter from the Houthis verifying the directive, but the United Nations had no more comments at this time. Washington and London said that the Houthis' continuous attacks on commercial ships, which they say are intended to put a halt to the Israeli occupation offensive in the Gaza Strip, are the reason behind the strikes in Yemen. One of the relief workers mentioned that the United Nations is in talks with the Houthis to reverse their decision. Concurrently, the United Nations and additional organizations endeavored to evacuate American and British laborers from Yemen or transfer them to regions governed by the globally acknowledged government. Yemen now faces one of the greatest humanitarian crises in the world as a result of the conflict. The Houthis confirmed the order in a letter to the United Nations Humanitarian Office, and the United Nations is currently in talks with the Houthis to reverse their decision. Due to the humanitarian catastrophe in Yemen, a large portion of people now depend on foreign assistance.